Good morning to you all. First of all, I would like to welcome you all for our Bethlehem School online class. Already Vignesh sir taught some of the topics from the first unit. I believe that you all prepared well what you have learned. Today we are going to discuss a new topic from the same first unit. Before that, we all know that we are living in a digital world, or you can say it's an electronic world. Wherever we are going, whatever the thing we are using, we use some of the electronic equipments. Mobile phone, laptops, like that. There are so many electronic devices we are using in our daily life. So today's topic, it is based on an electronic component which we use to make an electronic device. There are so many electronic components we are using to make an electronic devices, like capacitor, transistor, resistor, diodes, relay, IC. These are the things we are using to make an electronic circuit or electronic device. In this, we are going to discuss about capacitor. Capacitor, when we hear about the word capacitor, what will come on your mind? When we hear the word capacitor, what will come on your mind? We all know that we use electric fan, ceiling fan in all our houses. So when we hear about the capacitor, the first thing which comes in our mind, an electronic device is we are using one electronic component is capacitor. So we know that sometimes we have noticed that when we switch it on also, our ceiling fan won't work. There is a reason. We are using a faulty capacitor in that ceiling fan. That's why the fan does not work. Sometimes we will take a stick and we will just rotate that fan. So when we are using the stick to rotate the blades of that ceiling fan, it starts to work because we are providing a torque on that electric fan. So, if we are using a correct capacitor, if the capacitor is not faulty, the electric fan will work when we switch it on. Because the capacitor providing the initial torque to the ceiling fan. We all know that all the rotating object needs an initial torque to rotate. Like our ceiling fan, it gets its initial torque from this capacitor. Because the main use of the capacitor is to store charges and to store energy. So that's the reason this capacitor provides energy or it provides the initial torque for the ceiling fan to start up. So capacitor, what is the use of capacitor? It is used to store charges and to store energy. Now, how it is made up of? You know that you can take the page number 53, part capacitor. You can see a circuit diagram of a capacitor. There will be two metal plates like this. Two metal plates. So, this is how a capacitor consists of. This capacitor consisting of two metal plates. When we connect a battery terminal like this, positive, negative. When we connect a battery terminal to this parallel plate capacitor, this is two parallel plate. When we connect this battery terminal to this parallel plate, what will happen means the electrons are transferred from one plate to another plate. The electrons from this battery terminal is transferring through this parallel plate capacitor, and one plate becomes positively charged plus Q, and the other plate becomes negatively charged minus Q. So, always in this capacitor, the potential difference between this plate, the potential difference between this parallel plate and the battery voltage will be equal. If you are increasing the battery voltage, suppose you are giving 2 volt, then the potential difference between this capacitor plate also will be 2 volt. If you increase the battery voltage, then the potential difference between the plate also will increase. If you decrease the battery voltage, the potential difference between these two plates also decrease. So, generally we can say that the potential difference between these capacitor plates is proportional to the battery voltage. Proportional to battery voltage means you all know that. Q means charge. Q is proportional to battery voltage V. Q is proportional to battery voltage V means what? Charge increase, battery voltage increase, the charge inside the capacitor plate also increase. Battery voltage decrease, the charge in the capacitor plate also decrease. So we can write the relation Q is directly proportional to V. Now we can change this proportionality constant, proportional symbol. So we can write that Q is equal to C into V. Q is equal to C into V. This C is called capacitance of the capacitor. Capacitance of a capacitor. Capacitance of a capacitor. C is called capacitance of a capacitor. So what is this capacitance? What is this capacitance? It is just nothing. It is the ability to store the charge. It is one of the ability to store the charge in a parallel plate capacitor. That is what we are saying, capacitance. So in relation we can use Q is equal to CV. From this, C is equal to Q by V. This is what we are using to find the capacitance of the capacitor. C is equal to QV. This is a basic relation. You all note down it and check the page number 53. Now you can define. In definition, you can define this capacitance. Define capacitance. One short answer question is there. You can check the page number 74, question number 20. Define capacitance and give its unit. Like one question is there. So easily you can define by using this relation. C equal to Q by V. So you can tell that the capacitance C is the ratio, Q by V ratio. Ratio of Q. Q means charge. V means potential difference. So capacitance you can define like this. It is the ratio of magnitude of the charge to the potential difference, or you can tell the magnitude of charge and potential difference between the parallel plate capacitor. There is a definition you can see in page number 54. Mark it. Now define its unit. So this capacitor, it is a greatest invention of Michael Faraday. Sir Michael Faraday. In the honor of Michael Faraday, the units used in the capacitance is Faraday. You can use this unit Faraday, or you can use Coulomb per volt. Coulomb per volt is the unit we are using for capacitance. So all of you define capacitance. How you can define? It is defined as the ratio of the magnitude of water, the charge on either conducting plates to the potential difference between. Now again one more time, I'll tell about the capacitor. It is used to store charge and store energy. And how it is consist of means like two parallel metal plate. When we apply, it is kept at a distance d. This two metal plate which is kept at a distance d. When we connect the battery terminal to this parallel plate, charges are transferred from one metal plate to another metal plate, and one plate becomes positively charged plus Q, another plate becomes negatively charged minus Q. So always the potential difference between the plates and the battery voltage is equivalent. If we increase the battery voltage, potential difference also increase between this plate. If we decrease, potential difference between the plates also decrease. So the last thing is, so in general we can say charge is directly proportional to potential difference. So Q is directly proportional to V. So we can change the proportional symbol. So we can write Q is equal to CV. From that we can find out the capacitance C equal to Q by V. Then define capacitance. Capacitance is defined as the ratio of the magnitude of charge on either conducting plates to the potential difference between them. And unit of capacitance unit of, in the honor of Michael Faraday, it is used Faraday, or you can use Coulomb per volt. Now the next topic, how to find out the capacitance of a capacitor. How to find out the capacitance of a capacitor. It's a small derivation. Capacitance. Capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. This is the next topic, page number 54. You can see a small derivation. For that, first you can see one diagram like this. You can see the diagram, two parallel plate capacitor and electric field between the two plates. Plus Q, minus Q, it is kept at a distance D. Now explain about this diagram. Consider two parallel plate capacitor which is kept at a distance D. Then what on? Charge from the battery is when we are transferring what on? The battery charge, electrons are transferring from one plate to another plate, the same thing. Then you see the electric field between these two plates is uniform. The electric field between these two plates is uniform. So you can write a relation E is equal to sigma by A. Electric field relation E is equal to sigma by epsilon 0. E is equal to sigma by epsilon 0. Sigma means, charge density. Sigma means what? Charge density, or you can tell charge per unit area. Like you see, here plates are there. So the sigma means charge per unit area, we are saying is sigma. Then electric field epsilon 0, you have already learned about these terms. Now from this is equation 1, you can keep. Now sigma is equal to what? Charge per unit area. This you keep it as equation 2. Now substitute 2 in 1. Substitute 2 in 1. So E equal to Q by epsilon 0 A. When we substitute the equation 2 in 1, we will get the E is equal to electric field between the plate. E is equal to what? Q by epsilon 0 A. Now, you see this electric field between these two plates is uniform electric field. Also, it is separated by a distance D. So, you can write the potential difference formula V is equal to E into D. Potential difference equation, you can write what? E into D, because the electric field between these two plates is uniform. Also, it is kept at a distance D. That's what we are using. V is equal to ED formula. Here you can keep equation 3. This you keep equation 4. Now substitute this equation 3 in 4. Substitute 3 in 4. You will get what? V equal to, instead of this E, Q by epsilon 0 A. So this is a potential difference between these two parallel plate capacitor. V is equal to QD by epsilon 0 A. So this you can keep equation 5. Now how to find the capacitance of a capacitor? We all know that the capacitance formula, basic formula, general formula. What are? Q equal to CV. So from this formula, we can find out C equal to Q by V. Capacitance of a capacitor, C is equal to Q by V. Already we have found Q. Q means what? Not Q. V already we have found V is equal to QD by epsilon 0A. So take this as equation 6. Substitute 6 in 5. Substitute equation 6 in equation 5. So we will get what? C equal to Q by QD by epsilon 0 A. Here QQ cancel. So what you will get? D by epsilon 0 A. You can take the reciprocal. So C is equal to epsilon 0 A by D. This is the equation we got to find out the capacitance of the capacitor. C is equal to epsilon 0 A by D. This is how we can find the capacitance of a capacitor. Now, this equation evidence something. You see, C equal to epsilon 0 A by D. It means it is C is directly proportional to A. So you can define this capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor like this. Oh, it is evident. This equation you can keep 7. Equation 7 evident. What it is giving? What information, what evidence it is giving means C is directly proportional. Capacitance is directly proportional to the area of cross section and inversely proportional to the distance between them. C is directly proportional to the area of cross section and inversely proportional to the distance between them. It means what? It means what? Area increase, capacitance of the capacitor also increase. Area decrease, capacitance also decrease. So more area plate we are using, more charge we can store. And it is inversely proportional to the distance. The two plate distance is more, then capacitance, the ability to store the charge will be less. So capacitance is, this equation evident, capacitance is directly proportional to area and inversely proportional to distance. So again one more time, how to find the capacitance of a capacitor? Just take page number 54. You can see, use this diagram to explain two parallel plate capacitor which is kept at a distance D. Now the electric field between these two parallel plate is uniform and it is given by E is equal to sigma by epsilon 0. So sigma means surface charge density. So sigma is equal to Q by A, charge per unit area. So you can take this as equation 1 and this one equation 2. So substitute equation 2 in 1. So E is equal to Q by epsilon 0 A. Now here the potential difference. Electric field is uniform. So the electric potential difference between them we are finding. So V is equal to E into D. What is this E? Q by epsilon 0 A. So substitute here. So QD by epsilon 0 A. Now we are finding capacitance of the capacitor by using the general formula Q is equal to CV. So C is equal to Q by V. Substitute the value of V. Cancel Q. Take reciprocal. So epsilon 0, A by D. So this equation 7 give evidence. What evidence? Capacitance is directly proportional to area of cross section and inversely proportional to the distance between them. Understand? Okay. Now take page number 54. All mark this question. It is very important question, and you can check the page number 74. Long answer question number 17. Long answer question number 17. You can mark it out from page number 54. Capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. Also, all of you work out the example problem. Example 1.20. Work it out based on this formula. C is equal to epsilon 0 A by D. So thank you for listening. We'll see tomorrow. Bye bye.